The first of Malcolm Arnold's 4 English dances, the Philharmonia Orchestra conducted by Bryden Thompson. The 8th Malcolm Arnold Festival in the composer's birthplace, Northampton, runs tomorrow and on Sunday. Enjoy that if you're off to take part in those celebrations. Now, it was the beginning of last week on Breakfast, we got into a conversation about neglected composers. Got a great response. Lots of people sending in suggestions of composers whose music we should be broadcasting. So I think we're going to make this a sort of ongoing feature of the programme. Gillian Davis, who lives in Kent, proposes an early 18th century Bavarian-born composer. Gillian, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Who is he?
Adolf Henselt.
Tell us a little bit about him and how you discovered his music.
Well, he was born in 1814 and died in 1889, and I discovered his music through my late husband, who had a teacher named Edith Walton, who herself was a student of Rosenthal and Godowsky. And they played Henselt all the time. I mean, he was so popular. He was recorded by Rachmaninoff. He was recorded by de Pachmann. He's a very important personage, and it just seems so awful that we don't hear enough of him now.
He was a fine pianist himself, except he had a terrible problem.
He did indeed. He had a terrible problem of stage fright. And in those days, the way people's music was heard, of course, was to play it. And if you couldn't play it, you were in deep trouble. And I think that is a lot to do with why, he's not so well known. But any book you read of that era, Henselt's right up there with them.
And it's interesting that, he lived virtually throughout the 19th century, died in 1889, but he stopped playing at the age of 33. He stopped composing pretty much at the age of 30.
Yes, but there was a reason for that, because he was put in charge of all the music teachers of Russia, all of them. So no one went out teaching music that didn't go through Henselt's hands, and that kept him very busy.
His piano concerto in F minor, we're going to hear the last movement of that. It's been recorded by Marc-André Amelin and the BBC Scottish on the Hyperion Romantic Piano Concerto series. Is that a good description of his output as a great romantic composer, would you say?
I would say so, and that actual concerto was premiered by Clara Schumann. So you know he was right up there with the great greats.
Thank you for introducing us to him, Gillian Davis.
Thank you so much.